Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. So we're actually going to talk about a computer glitch last night on Coinbase that briefly had XRP trading at $8,300. And yes, it was a computer glitch. I'm not going to talk about idiotic conspiracy theories that have like, oh, it's the real price, but they're just suppressing it. No, it's a computer glitch. This happened with Bitcoin Cash and a couple of other coins before. It's not the real price. It's just a computer glitch. But it did trade. It did actually trade at $8,300 last night, at least for a little while. So what if you were able to take advantage of that? What would Coinbase actually do? Let's say like I'm going to use the 16 XRP in my XRP tip bot account as an example. Now, let's say I was up at that exact moment looking at XRP. I just recognized it. It spiked to 8,300. Let's just say it only lasts for like 5 minutes or something like that. I recognized it and I was going to take advantage of it. Now, if you try to sell like millions of dollars worth of XRP, like that's not going to work because they're going to catch that right away and they're going to fix it right away. But if I just sold 16 of my XRP at $8,300, that would only, or let's just say 10 for easier use, that would only be $80,000. So I don't think that the system would actually check me for a sale of like, tens of thousands. It would definitely check me for a sale of several million, but maybe not for a sale of tens of thousands. And I don't think that would actually move the market that much. I actually don't think it would move the market that much. So Coinbase may not actually notice if I sold roughly like, 50 grand worth of XRP at $8,000 each, even though it was a computer glitch. And then with that money, I wouldn't be able to transfer it to my bank exactly because the bank transfer actually takes a while and it only works during office hours. It only works during hours where they're actually at work. So if I try to do that, obviously they would actually recognize the mistake before it actually went out to the bank and they can always recall it. But what if I actually decided to buy another coin, like another fast transfer coin, like let's say XLM or possibly like BAT or something? I could actually sell about $50,000-$60,000 worth of XRP, which at $8,000 would be like 8 or 9 XRP essentially. And then basically buy XLM with that $50,000-$60,000, transfer the XLM to my actual wallet address. And once they actually send the XLM out, because XLM transfer is almost instant, I can do that within a few minutes. And then Coinbase is out of luck basically, because once the XLM goes out into my wallet, they can't actually do anything. Now, could they actually get Stellar to blacklist my address because of their mistake? I don't know. Maybe they can't, maybe they can. Because I can actually transfer that XLM into my wallet. It gets into my wallet within a minute or two. I can then transfer that XLM to Binance, and then I can then transfer that XLM into Binance.us, sell it at Binance.us, and then cash the amount out to my bank account. And then it'd be hard for Coinbase to retrace all of that because, for one, it's their mistake. And they probably can't convince the rest of the blockchain to roll back. And two, if I just sold tens of thousands, they're not likely to check that immediately. And plus, I'm not actually cashing out to my bank from Coinbase Pro. I'm just transferring it to my own wallet. So if that actually happens in a sequence of a couple of minutes, or even if I sold for less, like if it was $8,000 and I just sold like 2 XRP, they probably wouldn't notice at all. But that would be a net gain for me of like $16,000. So what would they do in that case? Like I was able to sell the XRP, buy some XLM with however much money, and then transfer the XLM actually to my own wallet address, and then transfer from my wallet address to like Binance.us, sell the XLM, and then put the money in my bank account. How would they deal with that? Would they just eat the loss of $16,000? Because it only takes me about a minute or two to actually do that. And essentially all I need for you to do is basically have that XRP price, even if it is a computer glitch, for like a minute, and then I could do that. Would you just eat the loss of $16,000? Would you contact Binance.us, track all the XRP tracking? Would you contact Binance.us, track all the XRP tracking, and then contact the bank as well to roll the money back? Would they actually be willing to actually help you fix your mistake? Because it is your mistake. It's not like someone hacked the XRP ledger or something, or even hacked your exchange. Your computer just made a mistake. Would they actually help you get that money back? Or would Coinbase have to just eat the losses? it'd be pretty funny if I did that and Coinbase just had to eat the losses, because that's like, cool, I made a lot of money, and B, I'm sticking it to the man. And the man being Brian Armstrong, because he is the guy that runs Coinbase. He's their CEO, I believe. So that's actually a very, very interesting question. It's much more interesting than speculating on, oh my gosh, $8,000 is the actual real price of XRP, because this computer glitch has actually happened before with other coins as well. So that's actually a lot more interesting to speculate. Like, if you actually catch this kind of mistake and you sell like 2 or 3 XRP, not enough to trigger their sensors of like something's terribly wrong, and then you manage to in 1 minute transfer the coins off of Coinbase and onto some other exchange and make thousands of dollars that way. Now, like I said, you can't make millions of dollars that way, because if you try with millions of dollars, they'll catch it in a heartbeat and then they'll lock you down. But if you make a couple of thousand, they might not catch it immediately, and you might actually be able to make $20,000, $30,000 from it just by moving around exchanges. And the other exchanges in your bank might not actually be willing to actually help Coinbase solve this entire problem, because it is Coinbase's own mistake and not your mistake, and not like a malicious hack or anything. So would Coinbase actually like send you letters like asking you to give them the money back, or would they come with people in the middle of the night, drag you out of bed, and then beat you with a really large stick until you submitted it and gave them your money back? You might actually have to get some protection if you did this. But it's actually a very interesting question to ask. What if you were able to pull that off? What if you were able to pull that off and the glitch was only a minute and a couple of people pulled that off? Would that actually fly, and how would Coinbase actually deal with that? And would you just be up $16, $17, $18, $20,000? So think about that for a moment. Like, catching the mistake before Coinbase actually catches it, to make tens of thousands of dollars or somewhere within that range where it wouldn't trigger their flag immediately. Very, very interesting question. And depending on how long that glitch actually remains up, because it only needs to remain up for like 1 or 2 minutes for people to actually take advantage of it. Now, most of the bot sales, they won't take advantage of that, because on its way up to like 8,300, it must have like triggered a lot of the sell orders, which are very close to the actual price. So there's not going to be a lot of people with sell orders at like $5,000, $6,000 or whatever. But if you actually caught that glitch like at the moment, you might have profited several tens of thousands of dollars. And I wonder what Coinbase would actually do about it, because everyone else may not be all that cooperative with Coinbase. And as soon as you transfer like the XLM out of your Coinbase account into your actual wallet, they really can't do anything, because they're not going to be able to convince the rest of everyone else to actually, like fork the blockchain or retrace the blockchain for like $20,000, $30,000. So interesting thing to think about. Something you might want to keep a watch on next time. Maybe put an alarm clock on. Anytime the price of like XRP or any coin spikes all of a sudden to like 10 billion%, because that's most likely a computer glitch. So you can take advantage of it before they can catch it. All right, that is the news for today. Food for thought. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.